Welcome back to the journey. Let's hop into another game. All right, we are black. Opponent is about 1550. We're currently 1600. That's still going to be real volatile at the moment. And they start off with King's Pawn. Let's go Sicilian defense, my classic opening. So I've been on a really good roll the last several days with my chess. So I've been doing lots of tactics out of this book, Woodpecker Method. I've also been reading Logical Chess Move by Move by Irving Chernev. I've been reading that on Kindle. That's really great, a really great book. It's kind of a walkthrough of real games. Anytime they do this in Sicilian, I pretty much always go e6 with threat of d5 later on. So yeah, Logical Chess Move by Move. Really great book. I'm only like a third of the way through it. Every time after I do a game out of that book, I feel so much more comfortable and strong on the chessboard. So hopefully that translates into a win for today. So we have a nice central presence here with the pawns. I need to look up the correct response. I forget if any of these are better than the other. I'm also still focusing on trying to keep the video shorter, so we'll see if I can do that. The last couple episodes, I think we're still over 30 minutes though, so that might just be what it has to be, guys. Let me know your feedback if the videos have been too long or if you felt like they've been good and you've learned a lot from them. Yeah, any feedback you have on how I can make the videos better, just comment down below. Okay, most natural move. Let's just develop while blocking the check. So knight out, attacking my pawn. Let's go knight out, defending. Yeah, I think we definitely need to castle here. There's all this pressure, and let's just get out of dodge. As a reminder, guys, every game is the same thing. So we're going to fight for the center. We're going to develop all of our pieces, try to mobilize our entire army, and we're going to castle and try to keep our king safe. That's the game plan every time. The details change, and that's the value in watching series like this, is you get to see in practice what that means. But those are the fundamentals you guys should follow in your games every time. Let's capture with the queen. I'm not sure which was better there. Could also capture with the knight. I think there are multiple good moves here. We could just ignore this and do normal developing moves and let them take and then we recapture, but I think I actually want to go b6 so that if they recapture, I retain a strong central control. You have to be a little worried about this diagonal long term because now this pawn is a little bit of a target in general. But white doesn't have a light squared bishop, and this knight's going to come out, so this rook will get out soon. As always, guys, any questions you have on the game, just comment down below. Especially now that I'm trying to dial down the commentary a little bit. It's important for you guys to ask me things if I didn't specify something. In addition to enabling the two connected central pawns here. Not only does it help us retain control of the center, but also these pawns are just going to be stronger in general because we can likely make a pass pawn here at some point in the game. Okay, so yeah, we could still go rook e8, or we could go knight out. Let's go knight out. We're maybe potentially threatening to take this pawn, which is probably why they brought out this rook first. Also, after they capture, they're going to have some heat pointed at my queen through this pawn, so good move by white. This is kind of a big moment. Do I push, or do I go rook out and allow them to take? Because if I push and I kind of close down the position, I might be able to get kind of a good queenside attack over here. I have much more space. But targeting the queen also seems good. But the thing is, you know, they take, I take, and I'm hitting the queen, but I don't think it's really a big deal for them. They can just like move the queen and then they're going to be targeting this pawn. I guess if I push, if they go b3, that's kind of a problem for me because I can't support this pawn further because if I do this, knight just takes. So push here. How do I defend this like pawn chain? I don't think I really can. So let's go rook e8 for that reason. And actually, I think if pawn takes, we still should play pawn takes like our original plan. Soon we're also going to go rook a8 to help defend this pawn. Yeah, that makes sense. So white wants to get out of this X-ray. An ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. I consider this knight move to maybe try to trade off this bishop. Like if they go here, we can trade off. But I think they can maybe just drop back, and then they're like adding pressure here, and and then our knight is misplaced. So default move here, either rook c8 or rook d8, bringing all the pieces into the attack, achieving complete development. Which square is better though? Yeah, I guess let's go rook d8, rook a d8. That's a notation tip for you guys. Or when either rook can move to the square, the way you delineate it is you say rook a to d8. If it was the other rook, it would be rook e to d8. Queen g4, also a potential idea for the future. There are a few knight jumps here that might be tempting to some of you guys. So like knight here, you know, maybe attacking some pawns. Same thing with knight here, but I don't think they actually achieve anything, and that's kind of a very common, kind of like one move threat idea that people lower on the ELO scale fall into. So you got to make sure every move is a little more purposeful and makes more concrete progress in your position. That's a good move by white. So hitting the queen, so we have to do something. This knight is hanging, so I can't just like jump out here. They just take for free. So I'm considering maybe queen here to just stay on this knight. I'm looking at taking, but it's pretty complicated after pawn takes. What do you guys play there? So yeah, knight takes, pawn takes. Where do you put the knight? If you go here, I don't think you can go there because knight takes, the pawn is kind of pinned, because if you take, then they're going to win a rook because queen takes queen, rook takes, rook takes. So after knight takes, pawn takes, where does this knight go? You could swing out here, but then if they like duck back, what do you do with this knight eventually? You probably have to like... No, you can't even do that. Then you get trapped, kind of. So little dicey. Could go knight takes, knight out here, attacking the pawn. But then if they try to chase us, we don't have enough to take the pawn right away, so we'd have to like evacuate, and then they take, and then they take, and then so that's not good either. We lose a pawn in that. So maybe queen b7 is the move. Let's play queen b7. If they take, I think we're still okay. We've removed, by moving our queen here, we've removed a defender of this pawn. But because of the stacking of white's pieces, I don't think they can really take this down the line, because if their queen takes, our rook takes their queen. So that's, and we kind of also indirectly defend here. So I think we're okay for the moment. So like if pawn takes, we recapture. They cannot play knight takes because we could just take it, because they can't recapture or we win their queen. So if they do nothing, what do we want to do next move? I'm looking at maybe like knight d7. Ooh, also now we're threatening to take this pawn, just outright. So actually I do really like that we went for queen b7 here. So yeah, if they take, we just recapture. Okay, so that does defend their pawn. But maybe we can just kick them away and then just take, no? Yeah, I don't see any real threats. They can maybe sort of go... Well, you have to check for threats here, because black has some discoveries on the queen. Or sorry, white has some discoveries on my queen. But... they don't have any checks with the knight, so Like if we kick them, can they do some weird stuff? We just take... Where does this knight move? Yeah, let's kick him. Let's kick him where it hurts. They should probably play knight takes now, because otherwise, otherwise I was going to win this pawn. And I think we have to take this knight, because if we take this one, they take our bishop. Okay, so maybe this was their idea. So they wanted to support this, but actually no, I don't think they can really do this. We just move our rook over, and then their knight's kind of stuck. Well, actually, I don't know. No, then they win this pawn, I guess, huh? Yeah, well played by white. I mean, we can move back. It kind of sucks, but we move back and they take this pawn. I'm getting a little low on the clock as usual, so let's just move a little more swiftly. We also have this knight jump at some moment. Yeah, I was planning to play this move anyways. The bishop's hanging, so let's go ahead and play this to try and trade off this really strong bishop. Ooh, are they gonna maybe win this pawn? No, I don't, because like they have a lot of heat, and then the knight is hitting it. I wonder if there are ever any tactics with like, I don't know what the move order would be. I guess like takes, and then knight takes, and then knight takes, and then they like unleash the file. It might work for them. If they do nothing, we just take the knight with the queen. So they need to probably take, although, yeah, or take this pawn. Actually, though, after they take this pawn, they're kind of trapped there. Well, I guess after we trade and then the queen takes, then the queen is helping guard this escape square. So maybe we have to attack the knight right now to trap it. I think they're trapped. Let's play it. Well, I guess they could play like this. But then we get this. All right. We might have come out ahead on that. Let's see. Let's see what happens. The way I saw this tactic too, by the way, guys, the warning sign for it was just that the knight didn't have a lot of squares, and like we controlled, we're controlling a lot of them. So that's when you should look for trapped piece tactics. Yeah, we need to take the bishop first because otherwise they take. So here, and then I think the knight is still trapped. Yeah, and then we take with the pawn. Knight is still trapped, I believe. If they try to do this, we shut her down. Oh, but then... Okay, but we still control that square. When we move this pawn, we relinquish the pawn's control of this square, but the queen still helps. Let's go. All my tactics paying off. Let's go. Isn't that a free rook? I was about to... Yeah, okay, they resigned. All right. That's a win. I'll take the win. Yeah, I was about to like take this and I realized like free rook. All right, let's go. So rating is up to 1640. I think that's probably my true rating at the moment. Somewhere like mid or like high 16s. Let's do a quick game review. I just saw I had 0...
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic, and you took it.
Thank you, chess.com. I appreciate that. I really like this update with the like voice giving you the kind of like the summary of what happened and like the moves and stuff. It's really great. Okay, wow, look at my accuracy on this one. 96.6 accuracy, and my game rating, I played like a 2300. Let's go. Let's go. All right, start review.
Opening with the king's pawn controls... This move cuts off the check. This moves the bishop to safety.
So I guess they wanted knight out, which is fine.
This move cuts off the check from the bishop, keeping your king safe.
They can double your pawns, but you still have the pair of the bishops, as they say. So, yeah, in general, bishops are considered slightly better than knights. So that's why, like, going knight here, bishop takes, it's okay.
This misses an opportunity to castle kingside.
I maybe should I have pushed here maybe and encroached on white's space? Like, they're kind of giving me the center, and this might have been an annoying way to punish that, although they maybe like swing here.
Good job stepping in to defend your pawn.
They say knight f6 is best. All right.
What? That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure.
Okay, so they did want pawn takes pawn. I end up with what's called an isolated queen's pawn for the rest of the game, where this will kind of always be a target. This is a common like position, so it's not like, you know, the end of the world. It's what's it called? IQP, isolated queen's pawn, IQP. But then the thing with an isolated pawn is then your pieces have to like defend it for the rest of the game, so that can be a liability. Yeah, so they didn't like this move. Why is that? Yeah, I did consider knight e4 a few times throughout the game. I don't think I commented on it, but I was thinking about when to throw in this move to get a tempo on the queen, because it kind of just activates the knight, but I didn't want to... You know, you have to look at all the queen moves and, you know, is there a square where the queen could go that would shake things up and then you lost a little initiative. So that's why I played a6 first.
You win time by threatening a knight. A good use of... This permits the opponent to eventually...
Yeah, so let's see if they had a way to save it. So the computer says this, and then if we go here... They say queen e5. So they're not saving the knight. Why is that? That's an inaccuracy? I'm winning a knight. How is this an inaccuracy? Queen e5. Oh, wow. Queen e5 is crazy there. Because my queen is hanging. And then after we trade, my knight is hanging. So takes. So even though I'm hitting their knight, they're hitting mine. And after we move, they have an escape now. Either probably here's, well, I don't know. One of those is safer. Okay. And yeah, here they just had like a one move blunder. I was going to take their rook. And that was it. Another victory on our path to hopefully 2000. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to drop a like on the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.